Hey everyone, SaltyStark here. We're gonna be doing some Brawl games today. Been highly requested, so get into it. As you can see right now, we're rank 4. We typically average around top 10 unless I throw on Sunday. That does happen a lot. But so we know a little bit about Brawl. I don't have too many like overly special units like a lot of other people do, but no LDs for me. I do have LDs, obviously. Like, let's see. We got like a Light Monkey King, a Light Raven, Bethany, as you guys saw, and Nephthys, but we don't really use them at the moment just because, in my opinion, if you don't have stuff to complement them, they just kind of like can be more of a harm than a benefit. So, like, for example, Light Monkey King, if I had Wusa, it'd be a little bit different of a story, but we don't have Wusa, so we can't counterpick that. It's a little bit more in Prio now that when Undone got nerfed. You're not getting the 3-mana immunity anymore that completely negates it, so there's more counterplay around, at least now. I could probably build the Light Monkey King, but we just haven't yet. This guy's pretty strong. He has Elnoa, Lima, Juno. So we'll see how this goes. I've never really played against him though, so I might be able to cheese him. And this is one of my fun things that I like to do, is just experiment, cheese the waters a bit. So he's going with that. We're gonna lock down this and this. They're essentially, the reason for these two picks is we don't want Juno picked against us because it gets really annoying, especially when he's picking something like Lima, Elnoa. This is really good against Ethna because at 3 mana, Ethna's gonna do her thing. 3 mana, you get a full cleanse with heal, and then a silence for later, so just overall really good. Depending on what he picks here, I'm not even gonna be worried because I can just, he has to ban this one beetle at this point, or else it's just a straight loss for him. Garo's annoying. We'll probably ban that still. Like, Ethna's annoying, but I don't see this comp doing too much with it. It's not enough here to justify, like, worrying about it. So I have two options here. I can either ban the Juno or the Annabelle. I actually like the Annabelle better, especially because he's Water Cleave, so we're going to ban the Juno here. We'll still have 2 healers, and, yeah. And our Chiwu. Chiwu's really nice, because Lima is going to put everything on. Once he gets to 4 mana, we just strip it all off, and then they're back down to 0 mana. And they'll die quick because of that. He banned his own Ethna, so that's always nice, so we can just get into it. So like here, if I could click them, you should always use the left side really. But as you can see, I just stripped everything, not a big deal. He's also now silence, so he can just get some damage down. It's actually mowing down my units, so we're gonna heal up real quick. I didn't switch targets there, so that's a little awkward, but it should still be fine. Actually, it's no longer fine. Everything's going awry. Use your heal, thank you. Use the heal again. We're gonna get spam ultied here because we weren't able to finish quick enough. We gotta switch off this. As you can see, this gets really annoying really quick if you let that in. I probably could have just... I hate playing against Garo. Probably could have just actually not allowed this to happen by banning it, but it happens. First loss of the day. Maybe I should have went for the Dark Vagabond instead. Stops Eleanor really hard. But it's one of those things where like game plan didn't work out. Even with stripping them that first time around, it just didn't have the damage to get through their aerial or anything like that. So it is what it is. I also kind of like saved mana too much. That combo gets really annoying really quick because it's permanent immunity. But then again, it's Garo. My problem with Garo is he just adds too big of an RNG factor to reliably let through, is why I hate letting him through. Like, I don't... Unfortunately, I built Bethany for Garo, but it doesn't work, so... The reason why Bethany does not work against Garo is because Blind and Silence are CC effects. And whenever he gets into his final form, or whatever it's called, you can only Oblivion him. You can't do any other CC effect against Garo, so... Now we're against another one of them. This whole guild queues around this time. The Kinas aren't too bad. It's just mainly the Cleef that I run into issues with whenever I do have to play against them, so... I can't remember how this one plays. We're gonna pick Fire Weapon here, just to stop... Akinas like to go full Assassin, so if you go Fire, kind of pretty much stops that and distracts. We'll just grab this. I actually don't care about Aerial, I'll be honest. He's fallen off pretty heavily in my priority list, just because of... He's too much healing, does that make sense? So... Like... Right now, we have a guaranteed Garo ban at the moment, unless they can pick something worse, so... Not too bad. Since I picked Gino, we're just gonna pick Soha. Could go Wind Beetle. We could try Bethany. I think we'll just do Wind Beetle for now because they haven't done it. They haven't provoked anything to go off the regular draft order that I normally do. So they might pick their Vanessa here, if I remember correctly. So Ethna, I don't care about since I'm on Fire Weapon. That's gonna same with the thing Yen. We're just gonna pick this and the Garo, and I actually really enjoy this draft for myself. Because we have two strippers, plenty of healing. They can't really ban a healer. The Wind Beetle doesn't look like it serves a purpose right now. But if the game goes on later, I can always switch to the Wind Weapon. Overall, I'm pretty satisfied with the draft at the moment. I kind of don't agree with that ban, but the purpose of it is because he really thinks that he'll be able to assassinate me with Ethna, which doesn't matter. I should be able to just single target heal all this. Oh, he's not going for it. Don't understand the ban then. Maybe he feels like he can kill my Annabelle? Whatever it may be, and we're just gonna target the Pignon first, so... We got a massive strip there. We're just gonna send this through, get the stuff silenced up. Get some healing off Annabelle. We're gonna go back to this. Let's actually... So I just use the mana so we can just switch back onto that. Hit that up. As you can see, the stuff drops pretty quick. We didn't get a stun there, unfortunately. Go back to healing. A little bit. We got the strip that time and the kill, so it makes this a lot easier. We're just gonna switch to Wind Weapon. Unfortunately, they canceled my ult, but it doesn't matter. The game should pretty much be over. Like, they have to somehow get through this Annabelle, but it's just really hard for them to do as a Kina, so it just is what it is. Like, look how far I can let the Annabelle drop without worrying about anything. Back to 4. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Now it's just going to be a slugfest until they eventually die. So there's not really much they can do about this. In fact, we can even do this. Oh, I clicked the wrong one. Hopefully that doesn't throw it, but Annabelle should have heal in time. We're gonna strip this all off real quick. Ult them. We're actually gonna ignore the aerial now that everything got opened up. Pick out the summoner, should be free. Nice little slugfest, it's no big deal. So the difference between these two games, obviously, we got more of what we wanted. We didn't have to deal with as many broken LDs. Here, what I should have done, just ban the LNOO and the Garo. Lima is really easy to deal with if you just have Jiwoo, so. And then it just, Garo hurts my feelings. So I have a biasness towards banning them, in all honesty. Fortunately, I didn't get any points off that, but that's alright. If we go look at the ranking real quick, we just need to get one more win and we'll be top 3. Hopefully we can push up. I'd like to go against, like, Make It a Bud. Starter, I have a hard time with, personally. But there's always a chance of winning, so. In Annabelle West, I'd say people I struggle the most with is Starda, Elise, Rai. He's down here. Starda, Elise, Rai. Beat Ho Chi Minh yesterday. I don't really play against Buster at all, but I think Buster has really solid comps. Happy Year New. Kind of. It goes back and forth between us with him, but and then Y cause I can't beat Y cause I'm a G, but I can beat Y cause I'm a G2 pretty well. So it's just a lot of back and forth. But yeah. Hot take, I actually think the Zoe could be one of the best Torbias on the server if he didn't troll around so much. This man will just go do a massive win streak, beat everyone, and then just fall off randomly because he just decides to like throw all of his games. It's funny or something, I don't know. Man is OP though, other than that. Get all that done. Their weekly challenges done. I kind of was taking a break from trying to do too much arena and stuff because I went for that grind and then got knocked down at the last minute for challenge arena. We were ranked 3. The last 2 minutes got hit by 8 people and then just fell off immediately. It hurt. Hopefully we can find another match soon. It gets kind of rough, especially at this queue time because there's not too many people queuing up. This is my preferred queue time because normally I do it on stream, but since we're taking a break this week, it's just one of those things. I'm okay with all of them, but this is the time we normally go with. So during this queue time, we verse a lot of Elise queues throughout the day, so we'll verse Elise a few times. YCuz and YCuz of G2 like to get it out early. Kato queues during this time, Baker's queues during this time. The Evelyn, free-to-play Kina player on Annabelle West, likes to queue during this time. And then you'll have like the off people who just randomly just decide to queue up. Like, I know earlier Bazoy was queuing up during this time. Some other people. So, rankings this week could look a little bit more fun. I know a lot of people right now are just trying to manage burnout so they don't like try to queue up as much. They'll take like weeks on and weeks off. Like Mem's pretty decent down here, but he doesn't play too many games. Fresh and Easy, pretty decent, but they don't like to play too many games either, I don't think, because the worst feeling of how the queue system currently works is you'll do a 5 minute queue, lose a game, and then you'll do a 15-minute queue where you have to just sit on that game. Like, and it gets a little tilt worthy. But we gotta look. Rain likes to queue during this time too, so as you can see, a lot of diverse pulls in queue, surprisingly. I know everyone thinks that it comes down to like people are just gonna spam LDs and stuff like that, but realistically, it's not the case. Garo gets spammed a lot. That's why you see some stuff get through that you'd be like, why is that through? A lot of the times because it's a Garo or Geno spam, like Kraka. I think in good conscience, a lot of people don't like Kraka getting through, but really not that bad to deal with, especially with how I play because we do a lot of silencing. I'm really gonna have to start banning the Illinois looking back on this. 2 Illinois losses. It just, I guess Chiwu doesn't work well enough against it, especially when it's a cleave. Cleaves are definitely the hardest for Orbia to deal with though, in my opinion, just because, you know, they hit like a truck, they're very tanky, and they get mana when you hit. And Orbia throws a lot of abilities, so. But as you can see, queue times just take a while, but that's alright. We're here to relax, have fun. Guess while we wait, let's go look through monsters. If anyone's trying to become a Soletta main like me, I think Chichilled would be pretty good with the being able to spread benefit or spread harmful effects. I think there's also potential for a fun bomber comp with that. I don't know what bomber I'd use yet. Probably like JoJo. I actually don't think JoJo's too bad because it does burn in unrecoverable. So like, it could be a fun idea that might need to be tested at some point. For Soletta, I think Soletta's gonna want more attacking healers too, because she's not gonna do as much damage as like Orbia. I don't think. I could be wrong. I haven't actually looked too much into her skills and like the damage ratios and stuff like that, but just based off the fact that you need all the stats, because it might be a little rough. We'll see. It's gonna take some experimenting. I think I'm gonna run a crit rate necklace on her, just to help alleviate the stats. If anyone's actually curious, most stat efficient you can do is have a crit rate neck and a crit rate or an accuracy ring, and then get all the crit damage into your substats. That theoretically is the most efficient way to do things because if you just look here, the amount that it changes is not a lot comparatively to the amount between subs. So that's the philosophy behind that. Might as well just try to level this up while we're here. We have 2 chances. It'd be fun if it just went to 15, but we're not gonna move this necklace onto Soletta, I don't think, because it's a 7. We have this one. It's a 4 catalyst. So we'll probably use this one instead. Just because it's going to be cheaper to do catalyst-wise, and the resources aren't going to matter nearly as much. The other resources, to me, don't matter nearly as much. So ring-wise, I think we'll probably move the ring. I actually really enjoy my ring as is right now. So but we'll see. We're gonna start out on a tree set, just because like a lot of the stuff I want to pull over is already on a tree set. Like here, we still need to find a bracelet, so we'll probably move that over too. But we're gonna not move over any of our weapons. We're gonna move over this because we still at least have this one. We could just throw back in. It'll be worse, but it won't be as bad. So. In fact, I need to pull that off before Siege starts next or the next siege starts. So once this one ends, we'll pull that off. We're on the old marble. Yep. Like I said though, a few times get rough. They're not really like the problem is again though, it's early day. Most people are at work right now. We go off server time. It's noon, 12:30. So I am 2 hours ahead of our server time. So it just is one of those things where be patient. We'll eventually get a match. It's not a big deal. Always hit them with the queue up in chat too. Oh, whoa, Darling's up. Let's see. Darling, Q, Brawl. 0 Trash Guild. I'm good friends with Darling. We talk all the time, so he's probably actually playing Valorant right now. But another good thing that you can always do in this game, just talk to the community. It's very nice. Did he actually queue? That'd be funny. Up with Bakers. Bakers loves to snipe me. He knew I was queuing. I was in Discord with him before I started this, so he's probably like, this man doesn't have anyone to play with. Oh man, this guy taking my Annabelle. That's rude. He likes to go. He likes to assassinate me. Again, big reason why I pick fire against Kinas is because all of them like to assassinate. He's gonna spam water, but it's not. It doesn't really matter. We might actually ban the Tiana though, because he's gonna go for a knockout, which is funny. The Tiana does two things here, actually, looking at it now. It's hard to pick Chiwu against 2 water, so we're just going to pick this up. The reason why I'm okay with, like, for example, using Juno against 2 water, but not Chiwu, is because Juno at least serves another purpose. She's still, hard cleanses and stuff. I already picked it up, okay. So we're gonna get into a straight tank fight here. Pick up the Bethany, see which one he wants to ban. He's either gonna ban this or this. He hates the 2 units, so I don't want to leave the Tiana, but I am on fire, so we're gonna have to do it. Oh, interesting. I gotta think. I need a. No, he has the Annabelle. Okay, I see his whole purpose now. This is funny. So we gotta think about the ban here. We're gonna ban this because I messed this up and left that around. I actually just really messed this queue up, so it's awkward. Hopefully we get the Tiana off the start. It'd be nice. If we can get 2 burns on the Tiana, the Bethany will handle the rest. Alright, that's done. So the way to beat Annabelle is if you stack CCs, because it's a 2-second cooldown for her to do what she wants to do. Oh. So that's not too big of a deal, but he is spamming on that Juno, that's for sure. That's a free win. I actually didn't think that comp was going to do as good as it did. I think I got a little bit lucky there to not catch CC early. Back at Grandmaster now, so. Yeah. Only 18 points. I want doubles. He actually is kind of low right now. Bakers likes to mess around more early in the week, so he'll get back up though. Which I respect it, you know. If I was a Kina, I'd mess around with a lot more, especially with the amount of toys he has, because he has so many. Like, if anyone's curious what Bakers has, Dover, Bearing, Acroma, Trinity, Dark Vampire Hunter, Sean, Tian Lang, Mei Ying. Trying to think of, I know I've missed some. Dark Beetle, Ragdoll, Sir Titius, the Light Beetle. Am I hitting everything? I think I'm missing one, but right there, that was like 11 or 12 LDs, so he has a lot of toys to play with, and rightfully so, he does like to actually play with them. He does have a lot of fun comps, if anyone's curious. I know there's a lot of Bakers enjoyers in this game. He does have a lot of fun comps. He has an Archer comp that he likes to run that just one-shots everything. No matter what it is. It's like a bunch of 4-stars, so he literally has... He at least has... I want to say probably around 50 Nat 5s built right now. At least. That doesn't even... And then his 4-stars, which are, you know, the equivalent of a regular person's Nat 5s in terms of, like, grades a lot of the time, because they're averaging around 132k power for his 4-stars. Those also hurt. Like, I've seen him beat high-end players with just 4-stars, so. Elise has been rough for me lately, I think, if I remember correctly. Just because he's gonna ban the wind weapon. I might force some. We're gonna try to force something here. He wants me to go light. I'm okay with him picking the Juno, because I'm gonna try to do this. We're gonna pick the Aerial up. This. He's gonna probably pick up the Annabelle. Yeah. I'm gonna pick up these two. Forgot about the Eleanoa. We'll pick this up in response. The Eleanoa is actually not too bad for me, but we're still gonna ban it. That way I can confirm the Bethany getting through. I could have banned the Annabelle instead and then banned like that, but yeah, the whole point of this one's gonna try to be keep this Bethany alive, because I need to try to get Oblivion onto the back of him. Alright, now let's switch to light weapon. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get the double silence off. I'm getting spammed to death. This is why I don't like Garo being in. I'm dumb. So... I was way too conservative there with everything for the fact that he didn't have Annabelle in, and I just didn't realize he self-banned his Annabelle. Yeah, that's bad. That was bad on my part. I could have done a lot more if I realized that he self-banned the Annabelle there. that is me being just dumb. Happens. It was unfortunate though that I did not land a silence on that Juno either. So, but yeah. Because if I could silence the Juno there at any point in time, it's just over. He doesn't. How he had the comp set up, it's his only source of healing, and I could just basically do whatever I want if I can get that silenced permanently. But I definitely messed it up, so I don't know why I thought there was a Annabelle. I didn't realize that I didn't realize that was what he self-banned. I think I just had it in my head that there's no way that he's gonna self-ban that. Happens. Because the reason why is legitimately if he lets the Annabelle through there, it 100% counters my comp. Like there's no counterplay around it, it just 100% counters it. Unless I save up to 10 mana and get that ban, or get the hit through. But it's alright. Sometimes you just turn your brain off, it happens, you know? That's how these queues go. Especially when you're sitting in lobbies for a while. You just turn your brain off. It's all good though. We didn't lose too many points. It's more or less it gives him points. That's why he's top 3 now. Overall, as you can see, it's probably been a worse day for me than it has been for him. We're still up in points though. If you get above 2k and you're on like, for example though, it's really hard to queue after you get to 2k, or after you get out of doubles, because you lose more points than you win, so you have to average like a 72% win rate in order to even like gain points. Between, you know, getting... It hasn't happened today, but a lot of times you'll get a random gold 3 in your game and you're like, oh, this is awkward. So they really, in my opinion, they really do need to fix that though, because like, for one, I don't think you should be able to buy your entries into a competitive match. I don't think you should be able to have a pass that gives you a huge competitive edge over free to play either, and stuff like that. Just one of those things where they just need to readjust how Brawl works, because it just, you know, if you want to be competitive, it feels like it's more or less like the money than the skill sometimes, you know? Like, it's very, very, very hard for a free to play to break 2K, and even if they do break 2K, it's even harder for them to get into the past 2K because of that, or how the system's currently set up. Like, let's take why? Because I don't think bought the pass. He's at 2K right now. And then obviously his other account's not even at 2K. But if he loses one game to literally anyone underneath him, he'll drop so hard. There's nothing he can do. Like, there's not like any like thing to really happen. I think that's actually what happened to this account. He had a issue where he couldn't move, and he lost like 30 points because of it. Because it was to like someone just vastly lower. Yeah, it's to someone at 1778, so they weren't even Master 1. I didn't see it, the Evelyn on here today. Huh. He's down here. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me to, like, because this is supposed to be real-time, like, strategy. Of, like, go in, fight. But it feels like how the point system currently works, it's not necessarily based just off skill. Unless you're going for rank 1, then obviously it's probably more based off skill. Maybe Q times, but like, But because games are gonna drop no matter what, though. Like, let's say starting a drop 10 games comparatively to a free to play being able to drop 3, and it's just the same equivalency exactly, essentially. Just because of the double point system. So. We can get one more game in. If anyone's also curious, if you are in a state where you can't get any games in, the timer is 30 minutes. So let's say this person's still queuing. I don't know their name. I believe, from what I recall, is at the end it all says warrior, but for that whole guild, for the most part. But I'll be able to go against the Caliph again if he decided to queue right now. So on and so forth. But I don't think they really hard push too much for Brawl. They're more arena players, as you can see. Like, if we go to the ranking right now, their guild likes to do regular arena a lot more than Brawl. I do need to find a better way to contact them, though, because I do want to see if they want to participate in the tournament. It's just I don't have a good way to contact them because I don't know anyone in their guild, and they don't really talk on the server. Reversing them right now, it'd be nice if they had like reversing them in Siege. It'd be nice if they had like the system for how it works in Sky Arena, where you can talk to the people you're sieging with. Because I just asked them then, but there's just no good way to talk to them at the moment. I need to take this tower at some point. Yeah, which it'll be available in 4 minutes. We might just knock that out while we wait for more people to queue up. End of the day, all that matters though is even at the long queue times, I actually do have a lot of fun doing Brawl, so depending on the day. I do have to take a lot of breaks from it because I get too invested, and then and I just don't like the mentality of people, like the try hard mentality, because it becomes, they weren't better than you. It's just BS that you lost kind of like things, and just more or less toxic behavior. And you can either try to manage that and be chill, or you could just, take breaks and, don't get too invested. For me, since I play so much, I'm just going to get too invested. So we just take breaks, have fun with it. Don't try to, force 5 games a day if I don't feel like forcing 5 games a day. Like, stuff like that. I know a lot of people in this game, they do have that mentality of like what feels like being too invested. So it's not that, someone was better than them that day. It's just that, it was just BS or worse. And don't get me wrong, some things do happen where it is BS, like and those get situated whenever they do arise. For me, for example, the Oblivion bug with putting passive abilities on full cooldown. I swore that I was losing a lot of games that I shouldn't have been, and found out that that was the bug. So, but end of the day, just have fun. That's all that really matters. Hopefully, we can get this last one in pretty quick, but we'll see. It definitely takes time, so. It's not as bad. If for example, I think it is more or less that you should be geared to queue throughout the day if you do want to do Brawl, just because like you're not sitting in lobbies all day. Like if I did two in each Brawl queue time, I wouldn't have to do any waits probably. But how this is why, you know, we can do the Pogwar real quick. Make sure to be doing your stuff right now for this. This event's. I'm not gonna say the event's great. I don't think it's the best event they've ever done, but it, you know, free stuff is free, so should always utilize free stuff to your best. So. Oh fuck. We'll stay in the broad queue. I'm not gonna switch to all the summoners this time around. Normally I do for whenever there's events like this. You can do field events on all three summoners. And just makes getting the participating field events very quick. But as it is, we just need 2 more sylphs and then we're done with all these and we can just start grabbing the Angelmon. I just really have to sneeze. I don't know why. We'll knock this out and then we'll finish this last queue. Since it's no one really queues during the field events and stuff most of the time. Like there's like 1 or 2 people who might queue during it, but we'll keep it up just to show. I don't know if I've tried doing this ever since I switched my account skills. I should, yeah. I could still get decent ranks, I think. Unfortunately, we don't have someone to heal with us, so it could get a little dicey. We're having to move a lot too, which is always annoying because it lowers times. Normally I'll just queue with Bakers for this, but I'm sure just trying to do these Brawl games anyways. It's not too big of a deal. You also can't switch worlds while queuing for Brawl, or else it breaks the system. I messed that up, so we'll just chill, move out of the way. I need to move Argon out of there. There we go. You always want to try to keep track of where your units are because they do like to mess up a lot. Like that. Argon didn't move, so. I mean, that pretty much ends this run. We're not going to get top 3 now. And that's why it is important to run with other people. If I had a step, for example, Argon would have lived and it would be fine, but. And still make sure we get top 15 at least so we can get those rewards. All that really matters is as long as you're getting some rewards, you know? Let's restart this queue because it bugged. Yeah, pick Lavender in the meantime, I guess. The reason why we're picking Lavender is just in case I need more relief clovers to finish off the slit outfits whenever she comes off. Or whenever she comes out. Sorry, I'm feeling really stuffy now that I started sneezing. But essentially, we do already have all the mats for this one at least, which is, you know, the important one. We're 3006. I don't know how many I need exactly for this. I think it's like 900 or something, but either way, it's not going to be that big of a deal. Should probably get sticks too at some point, but we could just do that overnight and it'll be enough. All of it's pretty easy. Like, if you have unlimited mining and gathering, it gets really easy. If you don't, honestly, it's not worth your time to farm it. You should farm things that are going to get you more for hill and then just buy this stuff, in my opinion. Because, like, none of this is going to sell for anything. And are you really going to use your 1,000 entries just to get, like, a quarter of the amount of 4-leaf clovers? It just doesn't make sense. Like, we even go look at right now, we have 18 lavender, 2 4-leaf clovers. Like, that's not worth your 1,000 entry or your 1,000 picks. So yes, I still have my unknown scroll addiction, so we've been getting crazy amount of those. We might be able to finish a couple more dark units with that much. So we have 4 left to do. There's most of this one. The reason why I do all this, literally just to get everything to level or to max evolve. So if I need to grab something, like let's say when Path of Training or whenever level 80 comes out, the amount of Path of Training I'm gonna have to run anyways, I'd rather just have the units to just be able to throw in repeatedly without having to like think about what's leveled and what isn't. I can just go right now. All my 3 stars are leveled. I can throw any of those in. All my 2 stars are evolved. Throw those in. 1 star's evolved. Throw those in. Most of the 4 stars are starting to get evolved, so that's the whole purpose of me doing that. And all of it equates to account XP, so not a lot, but it adds up over time. All right, last match of the day. Let's get into it. It's against Marsden. I don't think Marsden necessarily has bad units or anything. I think they're a little weak stat-wise. So, but yeah. We're picking up the Gina. I honestly like if you're an Orby and you're trying to decide between Kumar and Ariel right now, I just think Kumar is better in most situations. Like if I pick these two, it's better to I think. Ooh, they're having fun. Let's go with this. I like to always have 2 strippers, or the idea of having 2 strippers, and the idea of having at least 2 healers. Then I can decide from there what I need. Like here, for example, I'll probably pick Chiwu because I'm gonna ban the Garo. That just does too much against me. So we can ban Chiwu and then switch to a water weapon at some point to kill the Juno Tessa. There's no way he has to keep the Juno because he can't self-sustain off these 3. He'll probably ban the Fangyan, I think, or the Tessa. We don't need this. We got a pretty nice setup here, so we ban the Tessa. Hopefully we can kill the Fang early. It's a big possibility. But he's gonna try to just take out my Chiwu probably, or me, one of the 2. We can go for a big stun here, hopefully. Yeah, and like I said, his stats just don't feel like they're quite there yet. Like as you can see, not even doing anything to his team and it feels like they're burning away. Like, I don't know if it's just a really weak build right now or what, but I mean, the nice thing is though, is, you know, he is giving Brawl a shot, and I think that's all that we could really ask for from players at the end of the day is like, do your Brawl games. And maybe, you know, you might go against someone like me where it's not going to be as fun. Like, I've been playing since day one. Like, obviously I have stuff built more than most people. It's ignorant to think that, you know, I would be weak. I'm not the strongest person ever. I don't even think I might be in the top. Don't worry about that. So, like, monster-wise, I think monster-wise, last I looked, obviously ignore this, but I was like 56, I want to say. It's hard to say because with Siege being added, you have to go with your top 4 monsters. But, like, Summoner Power, I'm 97 at the moment, like, and I have more knowledge-based skill than actual, like, ability and stuff like that. Like, my monsters aren't the best monsters ever, but it's one of those things where I have a good balancing behind everything, and like that monsters I actually use. But a lot of people, you know, are just gonna be stronger than you. It just is what it is. Like, the biggest problem I run into Rai is he can one-shot me at any point in time. Like, we gotta look at this arena game yesterday. I actually killed every single one of his units, and then he one-shot me and killed all 3 of my monsters. Like, they had like a quarter HP. He just got out of a silence, one-shot me, then just took them all out. And it's just one of those things where, you know, at that point, nothing I could do about it. But that's the biggest issue I run into when versing Riot. It's not that, you know, he's necessarily, like, a lot better than me, but he is a lot stronger than me. And then you have games like this where Rain beat me. I'm a lot stronger than Rain in terms of, like, units and stuff, but Rain had a better comp. So it comes down to it. There are going to be games, especially early on, where you will get one shot. Like, as long as you follow stat requirements of, like, having, for me, for example, I have 3k defense, 50k HP right now, which the HP is a little bit low, but as long as you do have like 3k defense, 3.5k defense, and 50k HP, you should be able to live 90% of stuff. Like, you're not going to live assassins and stuff like that, but no one ever lives assassins as an Orbia unless you, like, have units to stop the assassins, so it literally just comes down to, you know, meeting requirements. Like, you should not, even like this is a little bit low on defense, but it's also, you know, A11. Once you get to A15, 3k defense, 58k HP. It says 3.8k defense right now. 4k defense, 53k HP. Like, you want to try to meet the requirements. This is low, but it's still low. I don't think I have. I might have rune or like actual. No, I don't. Okay. These runes were the runes that I was using whenever I was trying to solo Ferrocal. I just haven't gotten around to doing it. They're originally meant for my Vertihile. But yeah, I definitely think as long as you're doing 3k defense, 50k HP, you'll be able to survive a lot of things. Not everything, but a lot more. So that's what you should always strive for, because a unit's kind of pointless if it's, you know, not around to help you. But anyways, guys, that's all the Brawl games. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.